me a little bit more at orientation, so I'll save my whole spiel for orientation. But good to see some of your faces again. And those of you that I'm seeing for the first time, good to see you and meet you today. So today's call is all about making sure that you guys are prepared, one for orientation, and also prepared with your computers for the start of your position. So a couple things are going to happen today as we prepare for both of those specific items there. One, you're going to listen to a recording. Usually we have this person in person, but there's a fire emergency, so he couldn't be with us, and we just found out like yesterday. So we have a recording that we're going to play for you guys. It's going to go through how to set up your computer. Yes, we do know and we understand that not everyone has their computer, and that is totally fine. We're going to share this out with you so that if you are one of the ones that don't have your computer just yet, when you do get your computer, you'll know what to do in order to set it up so that you'll be able to use it for your position. Okay, so we're going to go through that first, so that your computers are all good to go and set up. And again, make sure you do bring those computers to orientation if you have it. If you don't have your computer, bring a personal computer to orientation. And if you don't have either, let us know. Okay. All right. So that'll be the first thing we'll do. The second thing we're going to do is talk about bookings. So we have Jaina Thompson here from Green Youth Foundation, who's going to talk a little bit about the process that you guys have been going through to get your flights and things booked, to travel to Colorado, or if you're driving, what that's going to look like for your logistics. And so she's going to talk through that, talk about some updates, let you guys know, when you should expect your confirmations. A lot of your flights have already been booked. So if you haven't received your confirmation, she's going to let you know how you're going to receive that, whether it's a text, email, or what have you. So we'll talk about that. And then we'll end it with me talking about orientation, what to expect, go over the agenda a little bit, talk about what you should pack, how to prepare for Colorado, especially if you've never been. Because of course it is higher elevation. So, something that you got to prepare for if you, again, have never experienced it. So we're going to go through all of those things today and then just open it up for questions to see if anyone have any questions or needs for their onboarding process or orientation. Okay. All right. So with that, Vanessa, if you want to go ahead and share your screen.
Yes, Sylvia, one moment. Thank you.
Mhm.
Let me know once you can see that.
Okay, I'll let you know. Yes, yes, I can see it.
Okay.
So,
I'll press play, and if you cannot hear sound, let me know.
okay,
Hello, everyone. My
I'm
name
good.
is Rob Cromwell. I come to
Maybe
you
turn it
all
up just a
today
little bit.
from the staff BAS. I am the acting team manager for the Web and Virtual Services Group, and I was invited today by Vanessa, and just want to send a special thanks to her and her colleagues for just allowing me a few minutes today to speak to you all about how to log into your for service laptop for the first time. Um, I put together just a quick how to document, and I'm just going to kind of go through it briefly. I do want to apologize as well that, I was unable to kind of speak to you all in real time today, but I just kind of wanted to put together a pre-recorded video um, and speak to you all about how to do that. And this recorded video and this document will be provided to you all. I did give this to Vanessa, and it will be provided to you all, um, distributed to you all by her. So you guys will have this to reference back to if you all need it. So, all right, with that said, let's go ahead and get started with the kind of going over the walkthrough. So, once you all get your laptops, if you already don't have them, you'll get them, and most of the time they do come with a little slip in them with some similar information to this document within them. So just kind of going over the document. I'm just going to kind of go through it. I don't want to kind of bore you all, so I won't kind of go over each and every step, but I'll kind of just go through it briefly, kind of touch on the most important things, and yeah, we'll just go from there. So once you kind of power your laptop up, you kind of be greeted by a green kind of home screen. Um, and you'll see it'll look just like this. It'll be a green screen, and you'll have this kind of press Control Alt Delete with your time there. So you'll kind of press Control Alt Delete, and you'll have a screen. So before that, I just kind of wanted to say that. But as you can see here for the prerequisites, um, the most important one here I want to touch on is the link pass. So, from my understanding and speaking with Vanessa, most of you all don't have your link pass yet. So, you all will have to call, and even the ones that do have a link pass, you all will have to call the CHD, which is the Forest Services Customer Help Desk. Um, and as you can see here, my cursor here, here's the phone number, and you're going to select option 3. And when you call, you'll call, select option 3, and once a customer service rep answers the phone, they're going to ask you, the first thing they'll ask is your first and last name. You'll give them that. And then they're going to say, if you could give us your email address. At that point, you can kind of stop them and say, hey, I'm a brand new employee. I'm an RA. This is my first time ever logging into my Forest Service laptop. I do not have a link pass, and I need a computer and VPN link pass exemption. Once you say that, they'll know exactly what you're saying. So they will kind of say, okay, they'll say, all right, because it's your first time, and they'll get your exemptions set in place, and they will walk you through this entire process that I'm going to speak about today. So the first time they'll walk you through the entire process because they're going to set you up with your temporary password. They'll give you a temporary password, and then they'll walk you through kind of connecting to the VP, kind of first connecting your internet and then connecting to the VPN, logging in with that temporary password, and then setting your own password up, and then logging into the computer, and then making sure like your Outlook comes up and then your Teams comes up. And then you're pretty much kind of good to go from that point. So yes, so this is why I kind of bolded it and put it in red because this is kind of the most important part here. So as soon as you get the laptop and you turn it on, you know the first thing you're gonna have to do is call this number, select option 3, and get a hold of a customer service rep. And like I said, once you get a hold of them, let them know, hey, I'm new. I need a link pass, computer and VPN exemption, and they'll kind of walk you through this entire process I'm going to go through. So once you get those things done, you're going to press Control Delete. You would press Control Delete there, and then it'll come up, and you'll select OK. It'll kind of come up with this security banner, and it's just kind of like a blurb that kind of tells you, hey, this is a Forest Service laptop. You can't be doing anything on here because it's a piece of government equipment. You kind of just hit OK, and then it's going to take you to another screen, and this is going to be like this screen here. And unfortunately, because it's this, I couldn't get certain screenshots. So this is the screenshot that it's going to take you to. It's going to look like this, right? So what you're going to do is, with that screenshot there, once you come in, at the bottom of that screen, bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you're going to see these icons here at the bottom right-hand corner. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on this internet icon to the right of the 2 monitors. You click on that, and this is where you're going to kind of connect your home network. So once you click on that, it'll kind of search for your home network, whatever your home network is called. You'll find it, you'll click on it, you'll hit the connect button. And when you hit connect, another box will pop up asking you for your network password, which is your home Wi-Fi password. You'll put that in, you'll hit next, it'll kind of spin, and then it'll say connected. So what it'll look like is this. It may say no internet secured, but the most important thing is it'll say disconnect. And that's how you know you're connected to your home network. Now, after that kind of goes away, it'll kind of go away, and it'll let you know you're now connected. So now, once that is complete, what you're going to do now is you're going to go and you're going to click on the two little monitors to the left of that. And once you click on the two little monitors to the left of that, this is what's going to happen. It's going to get this little Cisco AnyConnect, which is our VPN program, that application, I should say, that we use to connect to the Forest Service network. This will kind of spin up, and this box will come up, the VPN box. So here is where you're going to kind of select your option to start the connection process. So you'll kind of get this box will pop up, and what you're going to do is, again, I kind of highlighted the more important portion of this. So once you get your link pass, just a caveat, you're going to select the link pass option. And you would hit connect, and then a box would pop up, and it would say, enter your PIN. And you would just put your 6 to 8 digit PIN that you create once you get your link pass. But since we don't have link passes, you don't even have to worry about that yet. You're going to select US Forest Service EVPN no link pass, this option. So once you select that, you're going to hit connect. After you select that, you're going to hit the connect button. And then after you do that, it's going to come up with this box. Now, in this box, you're going to put in the username and password that you created with the CHD customer service representative. And again, I don't want you guys to get nervous or worry about it because, again, remember, they're going to walk you through this entire process the first time. This is just a good document and video to have for in the future if you ever kind of get kind of flustered or forget, because I know you guys are probably going to have like information overload, being as though this is like you guys' first couple weeks and stuff like that, first couple days and everything. So this box is going to come up. You're going to put in your username and your password that was given to you by the customer service representative. Once you do that, you'll hit OK. It'll kind of spin up, and then it'll give you this banner. And this is kind of like the same blurb that actually shows on your home screen once you hit that Control-Alt-Delete and you hit OK. Just telling you, hey, this is a government computer. You can't do certain things. You can only use access government stuff on it. You'll hit the accept button. It'll go away, and then it's going to take you back to this screen. So what you're going to do is you're going to always select the key until you get a link pass. So remember, you won't have a link pass probably for a few weeks, depending on how long it takes for you all's link pass to come in. So you're always going to select the key there. And in here, you're going to put the same username and password that you put in here, the same one. And once you put in that username and password here, you're going to click on that little arrow to the right. And once you click on that little arrow to the right, then it's gonna come up with like a little spinning wheel type deal, little green spinning wheel in the middle. It'll kind of spin up, and then it'll kind of log you into the computer. And of course, the first time, the login is going to take a little longer because, of course, it's the first time. So it's going to load up like all of the applications and stuff for the first time. So Microsoft Teams and Outlook usually logs in automatically the first time. And Teams always logs in automatically moving forward. Outlook doesn't, but it logs in automatically the first time. So once you log in, you'll kind of give it anywhere between, just depends, 5 to 15 to 20 minutes. to allow everything to kind of load up. And then you'll kind of let your teams kind of load up. And this is, I just want to show you guys what Teams looks like. If you guys never seen it, I'm assuming you guys probably have. But if you haven't, this is what your Teams looks like. So yeah, this is Teams, and you'll load your Teams up. Teams will come up, and that's kind of the application we use to kind of communicate with one another. That's like our messenger, kind of, I guess. Your iPhone uses your iMessage, but on your computer. So yeah, so those things will kind of load up, and then now you're successfully logged in to your service laptop. So essentially, you're now good to go. So that is how you will log on. You will continue to log on that way moving forward until you get your link pass. And when you get your link pass, you'll kind of just look here at these options. Um, here, these options will kind of change here. You'll just select the link pass option here in the little VPN box, and you'll hit connect, and you'll put in the pin that you create for your link pass. And the other change will be here. Instead of selecting the key when you get your link pass, you'll select this little digital kind of keypad looking thing. It looks like a card, but it more looks like a kind of like a sideways calculator to me. So you'll select that icon on the left, and you'll put your pin there, and then you'll select the right arrow. And those are the only changes. So with that, that kind of wraps it up. Again, I just want to say thanks again to Vanessa and her colleagues for allowing me to kind of speak to you all today about logging into your service laptop for the first time. Um, Once again, of course, it'll be a little overwhelming the first time, but you all will have that CHD person there on the phone with you to kind of walk you through it. And then after you do it a few times, it'll just be second nature. You'll be doing it in your sleep. It'll be super easy. And with that, that kind of wraps it up. And lastly, I just want to say good luck to everyone, and I wish you well for your time here on the Forest Service with us. Thank you so much, and I hope everyone has a great rest of their day. Thank you.
Well, yeah, that was Rob Cromwell. He's our CHD IT guy, and he wanted to be here, but he had to be on an emergency for fire. But I do appreciate his time. Another note about computers. So as you may all know, we've been ordering your computers throughout the month of May. And maybe you all know also that you're in different phases. So a lot of you, well, maybe a few of you already have your computers, but some of you, well, most of you don't have your computers yet. But rest assured that either your computer was already ordered or it will be by the end of the week. And your mentor should receive the information regarding your computer order. And once the computer is shipped, they actually get an email from the asset management folks regarding the tracking information. So if you are curious about the tracking information, just send an email or a call to your mentor and ask for an email with the subject line, IT equipment has shipped, for your name. So yes, IT equipment has shipped if you're curious about the tracking information, because over at Washington office, we don't have that information. Your mentor does. So please give them a call if you're interested. Once you do have your computer, or if you know that your computer is in your host unit, oh, and that's another thing. So I think half of you will receive your computer at your home address, and the other half will receive it from the host unit. So once you have confirmation that either it's already in your house or it's already at the host unit, your mentor has confirmed that it has arrived, please let us know, and please let us know in the form of this form that we're going to send you, so that the Washington office will know that you have received your computer. And yeah, so as Sylvia mentioned before, please have a computer at orientation. It could be the USDA computer or your personal one, whichever, or so long as Teams works. Alrighty, I'll let Sylvia get back to it. Oh, are there questions? Do you want to go through these, Sylvia, now or later?
We'll take one question and then we'll come back around for questions.
Who should I contact
Joshua?
if you haven't received? Oh, I'm just reading the chat. Vincent or Vinny, I'll check on your record during this call and I'll let you know.
Okay. Do we have Jaina here?
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
sorry. Looks like Josh had one question. Maybe we can take that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, so yeah, I mentioned before, you tell me that you were going to send the computer to my the ranger district that I'm working at. So I won't have that computer for that. I don't happen to know if I could be my personal computer, but it's pretty old, so it doesn't work, I guess, properly. So I'm just curious, is this like, do we have to have like our own personal computer, or is there a way to like go around that where we don't have to bring personal computer to Denver, or is there a way to just not bring anything because you're not able to?
Josh, let's talk offline. We can mitigate the situation. Is that okay? I'll give you a call.
Oh yeah, no worries.
All right. So I think I heard Jaina.
Yes, you did.
Okay, awesome. All right, thanks for joining us, Jaina. So I'm gonna at this time pass it over to Jaina Reed Thompson, who is with Green Youth Foundation. As you guys know, that's who you've been working with to book your flights and handle all of your travel arrangements to Colorado. So Jaina, I'm gonna pass it over to you, and if you could just kind of go over, give some updates of where you guys are, and for those that have their flights booked, when they'll receive the confirmation, and those that haven't had it booked, and what that confirmation will look like, et cetera.
Sure thing. Thank you, Sylvia. Hi, everyone. As Sylvia mentioned, my name is Jaina. I'm with Greening Youth Foundation. You should have received a survey from us about 3 weeks ago, where we were looking to gather information that we would be able to use to support your travel logistics. And so for those who are flying, that is the information that we used or are using as we're booking your flights currently. We've booked most of the flights. And if you have had a flight that has been booked, you should have received a notification, from our system called Amtrav. So the email address would have been support@amtrav.com. So just again, you're not receiving it from anybody at Greening Youth Foundation. It would have come directly from Amtrav. Some of our team that has been working on bookings is also sending out text messages to let you know to be on the lookout for those emails, just in case it went to spam. Again, there are a few flights that we still are working on booking. So if you haven't received your notification, feel welcome to reach out to me directly. But I, again, encourage you to check your spam first to make sure that you haven't received that notification, because it, again, has all of your booking information, your reservation information, that you'll be able to also take with you to the airport. Just a note with travel as well, with flights. Some flights do, or some airlines rather, do cover the first checked bag. But for those airlines that do not, if we weren't able to book you on one of those airlines, we will reimburse for those in the form of a gift card. But that would not be received until after the orientation. So if you do have any checked bags, please make sure that you keep your receipts for record, and that way you can email it to me directly and I will reimburse you shortly after receiving that. For those who are traveling by ground, you will also be reimbursed for mileage. The plan is for us to reimburse you at orientation for those who are traveling by ground. So we are providing the reimbursement based on the start destination that you provided in your survey. And I believe Sylvia has probably talked to you about the option of how you will, or where you will arrive, whether that's directly to Denver, Colorado, or travel with us by bus from Denver to Copper Mountain. So I won't go into the logistics or too much detail about that. The only other thing I wanted to mention as it relates to your travel survey, if anything has changed with your travel accommodations, if you could please email myself or one of the team members that's included on the email directly, please do not complete another survey. That way we make sure there are no duplicate bookings for any flights in particular. So again, any changes, please email me directly, or if for some reason you don't see that you have your Amtrav ticket in your spam and you are concerned about your booking, definitely reach out to me directly via email. Trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. Can you think of anything else, Sylvia?
No, I think you kind of covered it all for the travel piece. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks, Jaina. If you could just stay on just in case there are some questions. I don't know. Do you have access to the chat box too?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. So I'm going to go through my spiel and then we'll open it up for questions. But also, if you do have any questions that you want to just drop in the chat box, you can do that as well. All right. So just wanted to cover a couple more things here just to make sure all of your questions are answered as we prepare to go to Colorado within the coming week. So I'm going to pull up the agenda. So first, going back to onboarding, there are still some 301As that we have not received. You should have received an email yesterday from Michaela Hall. If you received that email yesterday from Michaela Hall, please make sure you get that 301A to her as soon as possible. If we don't receive it by tomorrow, then you're going to get a lovely phone call from us because we really need that. That's what covers you and covers the Forest Service in case of any incident or accident. So we need those in as soon as possible so that then we can get them signed by our leadership as well, and get that stuff out. So again, if you have not sent that 301 in, please do so as soon as possible. The other thing was the bio book. At this point, if you have not sent in your picture or sent in your information for the bio book, you're probably not going to be in the bio book. We did have to eventually cut that off. We tried to extend it as long as we could to receive those photos and that information for the bio books. But at this point, we got to finalize it so we can get it printed and have it available for you guys at orientation. So just wanted to also mention that. And we look forward to sharing it with you guys. Vanessa already covered the other things about the computer link pass and stuff like that. One other thing I want to say is that your supervisor, mentor supervisors, one and the same, they're not really involved in this onboarding process. It's just the RAP staff. So some of your onboarding questions, you may need to just come, you should come just back to our RAP staff for your questions, right? Because some of the stuff that you may ask them, they may not have the information for. So just make sure that you're mindful of what you ask them versus what you should just come straight to us and we can just kind of help you out a little more quickly. Unless it's something specifically that we told you, yeah, go to your mentor and they'll have this information. Also with the partners, I know that there's sometimes some confusion as far as what you're doing with your partner organization. And when I say partner, I'm speaking Environment for the Americas, Hispanic Access Foundation, Manners, Green and Youth, whoever your partner is, right? They had their onboarding process. We have ours. So again, if there's anything related to orientation, we're taking care of all of that. So orientation questions come to us. Onboarding questions come to us, just so there aren't any confusions. All right. So I wanted to cover that piece. Next is the agenda. So I'm going to share my screen really quickly, show you guys what the agenda looks like. I'm going to flow through it kind of quickly, just to kind of show you guys what the week will look like and explain kind of travel and everything in between. And okay, it's coming. All right, Vanessa, give me a okay that you can see.
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, so this is going to be the agenda. It's a full agenda, packed week of sessions that you guys will be in throughout the week. But I'm going to kind of explain the travel piece leading up to this Monday. So on Sunday is the main travel day for everyone. There are some that kind of had an exception, but for the majority of you, you're going to travel on Sunday. If you are a driver, I talked to almost all the drivers except maybe two this week. If I haven't spoken to you, you're driving, please reach out to me so that we can have a quick chat. If you're driving, we gave you the option to either meet us in Denver or you can drive straight to Copper Mountain. We will send a follow-up email after this meeting with the address and all the other details. But yes, you can drive straight to Copper Mountain. Check-in will be at 4 o'clock. Okay, 4 o'clock Mountain Time is when we can begin check-in. No sooner. So if you get there before 4, then you can drop your bags or your bags in the car, and just kind of walk around and tour the property and get familiar if you would like. Or do some activities, whatever you want to do is going to be open. The resort is officially open by then. So there'll be stores and all kind of things that you can do prior to check-in. So if you want to get there early, feel free. But again, you won't be able to check into your actual room until 4 o'clock. Okay. So at 4 o'clock, we're going to have something set up there for everyone to, the wrap staff are going to be there with your key card to give you your room key so you can get checked into your room. That's there if you drive straight there for the drivers. For those that are flying, you're going to fly into the Denver International Airport. Once you arrive there, you're going to catch the shuttle. The hotel that we will be staging at will be in the email. But just to let you guys know, we're going to be at the DoubleTree Hilton Airport Hotel. We're going to be staging there until we transport everyone up to Copper Mountain. So again, you're going to arrive to the Denver International Airport. You're going to jump on the shuttle for the DoubleTree Hilton Airport Hotel. You're going to shuttle over to the DoubleTree. When you get to the DoubleTree, you're going to see us. We're going to be there waiting for you, welcoming you there. And we're going to stage there. And then we're going to get on a bus to go up to Copper Mountain, right? So we'll provide the bus schedule and everything in an email. If you have any issues with travel, reach out to us just so we can kind of know if there's any delays or anything like that. Make sure you let us know. So once everyone gets to Denver and gets to the staging place, we'll have lunch provided for you. If you get there in the morning, breakfast will be provided too. Breakfast and lunch, or breakfast or lunch. Again, once we get there, we're going to transport everyone to Copper Mountain. So once we get everyone to Copper Mountain, you'll check into your room. And then dinner will be at 7:30 on Sunday night. So really Sunday is just a travel, check-in, get acclimated, get familiar day. That's all it is. No sessions that day, no expectations other than getting you there safely, getting you checked in, and making sure you know the area, right? So that's all Sunday is. Okay, so getting there on Sunday, getting acclimated. On Monday morning, and you guys will also receive a map of the property. And so when you get there, you can kind of, again, make yourself familiar. Everything is in walking distance. We're really going to only be in 2 buildings. The building that you're staying in, which is the Element, the hotel, and the conference center. The lodging or the cafeteria where we're going to be eating is right downstairs of the conference center. So again, all very easily accessible. So breakfast is going to be at 7:30 to 8:30 every morning. You can be a late riser and get there at 8 o'clock and have 30 minutes to eat your breakfast. Or you can get there at 7:30 and have the entire time to eat breakfast. Totally up to you, but 7:30, 8:30 is when breakfast will be provided. You will have about a 30-minute break to kind of get yourself together and find the meeting room and get situated before session starts. So you'll see sessions start at 9 o'clock every day. Okay. On that first day, these are some of the sections you're going to go through. Welcome to the Forest Service. You're going to get a WDP, which is the workforce development partnerships. Welcome. You're going to learn about the Forest Service. You're going to get the history of the Forest Service 101. Just learn about how we're structured, Office of Tribe Relations. And then I'm going to have the last session where I'm going to talk more in depth about the Resource Assistance Program. and then we're going to close out. And so every day you'll see we're going to be ending around 5 o'clock-ish for every day. You'll have the rest of the day to kind of do whatever you want. And dinner is at the same time every day, 7:30. So Tuesday will be the same thing, breakfast same time, session starting at 9 o'clock. And we're going to have sessions, lunch, sessions, right? So Tuesday, this is going to be the day that you'll mainly use your computer because you're going to have a one-on-one session with your mentor. So from 1:30 to 2 o'clock, you're going to have a 30-minute one-on-one session with your mentor. They should be sending you a meeting invite to for a with a link to meet with them for that 30-minute session. If you do have a conversation with them, make sure that they don't forget. They too have been given this information, but just in case they forget, make sure that you get a meeting scheduled for that 30-minute one-on-one session right after lunch, right? We'll go into more details about that when we're actually there in person. After that one-on-one session, you're gonna have a mentor mingle, and this is gonna be with all of the mentors in your particular region. And all of you guys are going to be in the same meeting. Again, you'll use your computer for that session as well. And again, it'll be all of the RAs and all of the mentors in that particular region, station, or area meeting together. The next one will be breakout session with your RSA liaison. RSA again means region, station, area. So if you're in region 1 or region 2, there's going to be liaison. They're on site and they're going to meet with you to just kind of answer any questions you have, share information, all of that good stuff. And then the last session that day, you're going to have time to meet with just your partner. So again, if you are a RA working with Mobilize Green, you're going to meet with the Mobilize Green program manager and have time to kind of talk to them, maybe about benefits, how pay will be administered, any questions and things that you might have. You're going to have the opportunity to hear and speak with them during that time. Going on to Wednesday and Thursday, again, same thing, sessions, lunch, sessions, right? And then Thursday. So Thursday is going to be our last day at Copper Mountain. We're going to, again, have breakfast at the same time. We're going to have those 2 sessions, a breakout session, lunch. After lunch, we're going to have one last session, which is the tools and resources. After that, I'm going to close everyone out. And then we're going to, you guys are going to have kind of, a couple hours to just do whatever you want to do some last minute activities there on site if you would like before we leave. And we're going to depart for Denver on Thursday afternoon. Okay, so we'll only be in Copper Mountain from Sunday to Thursday. Thursday, we'll travel back to Denver. And the reason why is because after our couple of sessions, on Friday, you're going to be flying back home. So we wanted to get you guys closer to the airport for your flights on Friday. So speaking of Friday, again, breakfast 7:30, 8:30. We're going to have a 9 o'clock session with some rap alum. We're going to have a closeout. And then this leadership intent, this is just for your mentor, not for you guys. So by 11 o'clock, you guys will be done. We do understand some flights might happen between this time, so you will be dismissed. But if your flight isn't until after this time, then, you'll be expected to be in these sessions. And again, this is just for your mentor, not for you guys. Really quickly, I want to go right back to Thursday. So as you'll see, we'll leave Copper Mountain no later than about 4 o'clock. We should get to Denver, depending on traffic, about 5:30, no later than about 6 o'clock. You guys will get your room keys for the hotel there, and you'll have that Thursday night to do whatever you want. So that's a free night in Denver. So if you want to make your own plans, meet up with friends, explore the city that night, it's your free night. Okay. So wanted to share that. With that, I am going to stop sharing. And see, Denver shuttle, free night. And then okay, so I'm going to cover this last thing and then I'll open it up for questions. So again, if you have never been to Denver, if you've never been to Copper Mountain or the mountains or anywhere with high elevation, then you're going to want to prepare. Again, a lot of the stuff will be in the email, but the biggest thing I can tell you leading up to it, drink a lot of water. While you're there, drink a lot of water. Hydration is the main part to all of this, is to stay hydrated. And so we're going to have some different forms of electrolytes there for you guys, whether it's Gatorade or the mixers or oxygen kits. We're going to have Pedialyte. We're going to have a kit just in case. We want to make sure everyone is okay in case of an emergency. But please do your part to also help us to mitigate this. So if you can, again, make sure you're drinking plenty of water, staying hydrated. You know, I kind of read a tip, you know, if you drink, partake in alcoholic beverages, you know, try to keep that at a minimum because that doesn't help at all. And along with a lot of other things. I was there just last week just to kind of put eyes on it to make sure, you know, I had a good plan in place for you guys before you get there. And for me, the only thing I experienced, I did drink a whole lot of water because I was scared to get sick. So I drank a whole lot of water. So the only thing that I dealt with was a dry nose. It was very dry there. So my nose is super dry. So if you want to, you know, bring some Vaseline or nasal spray or something like that, then, you know, you can be mindful of that too. But again, all of this will be in the email. And as far as packing, we're going to have like a packing list in the email as well. There are a lot of on-site activities where you can go hiking, you can do the rock climbing, they have a coaster ride and just all kinds of things. So make sure that you not only bring like business professional type clothes and stuff for your session, but also bring some clothes where you can get out and enjoy the activity. So bring in some sneakers or something that you can get out and like I said, hike or whatever kind of activities you want to do. I do encourage you to look at the site. So we did provide the link and we will provide it again in the follow-up email. Take a look at the site so that you can see all of the activities so that you kind of have a plan in place of what you might want to do while you're there, okay? I won't spoil the surprise. I'll wait on the surprise for the activities when y'all get there. So I won't speak on that right now. The last thing that I'll say about the rooms and such is that, you know, we did group you guys together in rooms. So there will be 2 people per room. The rooms are super, super nice. Again, I was just there last week, so I can make sure it was nice for you guys. It's really nice. You're going to be staying at their newest property that they have on site. But we did group folks into rooms. So, okay, just wanted to put that out there as a heads up. And with that, I will take questions. I think I covered everything. Yeah, I can't see the chat box, so grab my phone. Having some Teams issues today.
Sylvia, I've answered a few questions on the chat box, but let's.
Okay, well, let me know where I should start. There seems to be a lot.
I think Gavin. Yeah, you can start with Gavin at 2:47 this minute.
Okay. All right. Okay, Gavin. Can you read the question for me?
Yes. What is the name of the hotel in Copper Mountain?
It's Copper Mountain Resort. It's a ski resort. Although most of the snow will be gone when you guys get there, so you won't be able to ski. It will still snow there last week, not a whole lot, but I'm sure they'll probably all be gone when you get there. All right, what's the next one?
Are you going to provide the agenda via email? When should we expect the email?
Yes, everyone will have the agenda in the email. You'll have the agenda, you'll have the packing list, you'll have the tips, you'll have links, you'll have a little bit of everything in the email.
When will they receive that email?
Maybe by the end of the day, no later than tomorrow morning.
Will we know who we're rooming with before arrival?
I'm going to say no. You'll find out when you get there. Probably when you get to the staging area. So before you get to the hotel, but you know, when you get to the staging area in Denver, you can find out then.
Surprise. Could we have a team trip to the NBA Finals on the 12th?
Well,
that's a
interesting.
Wednesday.
Well, you know, this is a big ticket to fly you guys. You guys are getting a free trip to Denver to a ski resort. and it's pretty costly. So I don't know that we have it in the budget to take you guys to the finals as well. So, but again, we are going to give you a treat. It's not going to be that kind of treat, but this entire trip and experience is a treat in itself. And, again, we'll have a little icing on the cake with something else that we'll give you guys. But unfortunately, no finals. I'm sorry.
Now, did you say business professional as the daily dress code besides activities?
So not necessarily every single day. What I will say is that, especially on day one, you guys will learn the organizational structure, but you have the Washington office, you have the regional office, supervisor office, and the ranger district. So at the regional office, the second person in charge is going to be there on day one. First impressions are everything. All of your speakers that are going to be speaking during the week, everyone is in person except two of your speakers. And they're all coming from different places, whether they're regional office or Washington office. So, first impressions are everything, right? So the ultimate goal of this program is to get you hired into the agency, right? So I'll just say, dress nice, right? So some days you may want to look a little bit more professional. And I don't mean like a suit. You don't have to come in there with a suit, but maybe have a button down or a polo or something like that, some slacks, something nice. So no athletic wear or anything like that during your sessions. You can even do jeans on a polo. So just something like, business casual or something like that. But and we're also going to provide you guys with some shirts. So there'll be one day, the shirt that Vanessa has on right now, it has kind of a V-neck. We'll have those shirts. We'll have some that are similar to the one that I have on that we're going to give you guys, that are polos, and we're also going to give you guys a button-down shirt. It's going to be blue. So if you want to make sure that you pack something that will match with that, that'll be great. But yeah, that's what I'll say about dress.
Is it okay if I'm doing my fingerprints the day before orientation? I can answer that. Yes, Annalise, that's fine. We actually have other RAs who might be doing their fingerprints after orientation, and that's totally dependent on the availability of a credentialing center near you. So yeah, that's totally fine. Do you know when the partner companies will deposit the $300 travel fund? I'm not sure if I...
Is that for I'm assuming that's for your relocation, and you might be, because you said specifically $300, I believe you may be with Mobilized Green. Not sure who asked that, but yeah, not sure. We don't really kind of dictate that or manage that, so you'll have to ask them about that specifically.
There's a question on e-authentication, but I think Victoria, if you want to stay on after the recorded portion of this call, we can chat about it. And then Louise, my flight leaves from Denver on Thursday at 7 p.m. Will I need to find my own travel to the airport from the DoubleTree, and will it be reimbursed? Thursday.
So travel from the airport to the Denver Hilton Hotel, and from that hotel back to the airport, they have a shuttle. So unless you're really antsy and don't want to wait on the shuttle and you take an Uber, that's on you. But you can't wait for the shuttle. There is a shuttle for the hotel. So, and again, we'll have the shuttle information in the email. So yeah, if you take any Ubers, it's on your own dime.
Those are the questions on the chat, but there's a hand raised from Joshua.
Okay, go for it, Joshua.
Yeah, two things. One is, well, I want to say thank you guys for helping us through this. I appreciate you guys explaining everything. And I wanted to know too, one is regarding the, like you said, flight itineraries, things that what would you recommend to like bring? I know you said like business, professional, business, casual, but you said you were gonna send us an email with a list of everything that we should be bringing with us, like, business, what clothing we should wear, like anything that we need to bring with us, like you mentioning, like you said, like laptops. I don't know. Did you guys have like a list of that? Are you guys gonna send us an email before so that we make sure we're prepared for the Copper Mountain?
Are you asking if we're gonna send that?
Yeah, I think you guys
Yeah,
already
yeah, it's
answered
gonna be in the
that.
email. All of that would be in the email.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I just, sorry, that was like one of my questions. And then the other one was, my flight leaves early morning, so it's a super early morning flight. So I know that check-in's at 4. And I think that you mentioned that I'll be able to check in my bags to the hotel because I'm gonna be there like super early morning, like 7 or 8 a.m. And so I wanted to know if I can like bring my stuff in, check that stuff in for that day for 4 p.m. and then have the whole day before 4 and then walk in, or how does that work?
Yeah, so the check-in piece it's really only for those that are driving straight to Copper. Those that are flying in, we're going to be on a bus. So we're going to get there together at the same time. So if you're flying in, you're going to stage at the Hilton. And then when the bus comes, we'll load the buses and the buses will take us to Copper Mountain, but that'll be within check-in time. But those that drive straight to Copper Mountain on their own time, that's who I was kind of talking to about dropping bags and stuff.
Yeah, no, I was more referring to when you fly in, you're flying into Denver. So is that night, you stay a night at Doubletree Hotel that night?
No.
Or is it a drive, or do you drive to Copper Mountain at 4 and then we drive together? Is that kind of how it goes? You fly
Are,
in. You see what I'm
are you
asking?
are you flying in on Saturday?
I'm flying in on Sunday morning.
Yeah, so everyone is gonna fly in to Denver on Sunday. You're gonna catch a shuttle over to the hotel in Denver, and then we're gonna bus everyone together from the hotel in Denver to Copper Mountain.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, no, I just was
Yeah,
wondering because it's such early morning I'm gonna be there, so I'm just curious as to like how that's gonna change, how that's gonna change you guys. Like, will I be able to in the early morning, having arrived early morning, will I be able to still be able to get on the Copper Mountain bus if it's like 7 or 8 a.m.?
yeah, we'll all be there. So my staff, we're gonna get in on Saturday. So whoever gets there early in the morning,
Oh,
we'll see
okay.
you when you get in. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. No, I just want to make sure logistics because I know when landing in, when landing in is going to be like the trickiest part because you're landing in a new city if you haven't been to Denver. So I wanted to make sure that I can connect with you guys. I don't know if you guys have like some sort of signal that you guys are gonna like give us so that we know. Because when I fly in, I arrive into the airport. Should I like look for a certain sign? Is there like some sort of like,
Yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a
because I did study
shuttle.
abroad in Costa Rica, and they had like a little smiley face sign to show me when I arrived. So I wanted to know how you guys are gonna signal us.
Yeah, we're going to provide you with the shuttle information. We won't have anyone there at the airport because I don't know if you guys know how many of you it is, but it's like it's almost like 140 of you guys that are going to be there.
Mm,
So and there's going to be different flight times. So, I won't have anyone standing at the airport waiting on you, but we will provide the information that you need to find the
okay.
shuttle and
Okay.
how to identify the shuttle that you'll get on to come to where we'll be at.
Yeah, that's more of what I was asking. So I take a shuttle. Okay, awesome. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yeah, no problem.
And then continuing with the questions on the chat, can we leave our stuff at the staging area and spend some time exploring the city?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So we'll let you guys know what time the bus will be leaving. So as an example, if let's say the bus leaves at 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock and you get there at 10 o'clock and you want to drop your bags and go explore, you are more than welcome to. Of course, that's going to be on your own dime and just make sure that you back before the bus leaves. But yeah, you're more than welcome to go explore.
Will we be compensated for the week of orientation?
So week of orientation, your hours won't count towards your 960 total that you need to receive for your certificate, but you will get paid for orientation, for attending orientation.
I didn't receive my flight information yet. Should I receive that information sometime next week?
So it depends on who you are. Your flight may or may not have been booked yet. Again, Jaina mentioned that if it has been booked, then notification has been sent. So make sure you check your email, check your junk mail. If you don't see anything, you can email them. There are some flights that still haven't been booked. But yeah, just make sure you check your email, that you can reach out to the GYF staff if you have any questions, but they are still booking some flights.
Okay. If I'm traveling on Saturday, does the Sunday schedule apply?
It depends on where you go, where you're going. If you're coming to Denver, if you're going straight to Copper, whoever that is, let's get their name and we'll chat with them offline.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Olivia, I'll note you down. Will there be multiple times buses that will be leaving the DoubleTree Hotel to Copper Mountain on Monday?
On Sunday, for the buses, yes, we'll have multiple buses that'll leave from Copper Mountain. From Denver to go up to Copper Mountain. About 2 to 3 buses is what we'll have available.
Right. And then, okay, I think those were all the questions.
Okay. Anybody else?
Sorry, Olivia said about being paid. So
sorry,
yeah,
I answered that incorrectly. Sorry, I thought she meant for the orientation itself.
So for if she arrives on Saturday, will she be paid for that?
Let's talk offline. That's a unique situation. So I'm not sure, like I need the details. So let's talk offline. Any other questions?
Burke mentions about the 960 hours for certificate. Would you like to cover that now, Sylvia, or during orientation?
What's the question?
Oh, it's just unfamiliar to him, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll save that for orientation.
Mm-hmm. And then when will we be reimbursed for our first month's worth of housing stipend? My new lease near my work site just started today, even though my start date with the Forest Service isn't until the last week of June.
Yeah, so you're going to want to ask that to your partner. Again, your partner administer all of your benefits. So send that message to your partner.
Mm-hmm. I can't come to the orientation. Is there something I can do instead to make it up?
Yeah, so if you're not able to be with us in person or orientation, we will provide some links for you to join us virtually. Of course, you won't be able to engage like the ones that are going to be in person. Some sessions you won't be able to engage in, but we will send you some links for those that you can participate in if you're not going to be there. And we'll also send you your wrap package with the things that we're going to give them in person. We'll send that to you via mail. Yeah, we'll try to engage you as much as we can.
There's one more individual question, but I think we can take it after we stop recording this call. But yeah, I think that's it for the chat questions. I'm going to end the recording, and if anyone wants to stay on to ask your questions about your individual circumstances, please feel free to stay on and raise your hand.
Yeah. Okay, well, as we end this call, I just want to say thank you guys for joining. It's great to see so many numbers of you guys that are joined us today. We're super excited to have you join the Forest Service, come into the RAP program, and also to just meet you guys in person. We are hoping that you guys would really enjoy orientation week. This will be our second one that we posted in person, but our 7th one in all. The first 5 had to be virtual due to COVID. So we're excited to be back in person again. You guys are gonna love Copper Mountain. Again, I was just there last week to make sure everything was good for you, and it is super, super nice. So it's not your 4-H camp kind of thing. It's really nice. So I hope you guys come with with a lot of excitement, enthusiasm, and just ready to learn, ready to meet other folks, and to just enjoy the week. So again, we're gonna send a follow-up email with all of the details that I covered. If you have any questions, you guys know how to contact us. And yeah, we just look forward to having you join us in Copper Mountain. So thanks again, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right, Vanessa, I have another call, but I can see